Hello, hello, hello. How are you? So I have no name for you other than your YouTube name, which is Showtime Rizz. You also didn't tell me whether or not you wanted this sent to you privately via email or what kind of reading you wanted. So I will do a general reading and I will post it public on my channel. If that wasn't what you wanted, I apologize for that, but that you didn't tell me any differently. So I'm just kind of focusing on you and just whatever needs to come through for you. Excuse me. And we'll see what the cards decide to show. And they are telling me they are done. We're going to cut this 3 times to the right. Excuse me, from right to left. Now I always flip the cards this way. I never flip them end for end. And I will just kind of explain to you the different positioning of the cards for the first 6 cards. And I'll show you what they are, and then we will explain the positioning of 7, 8, 9, and 10 as we get to them. We'll flip the cards when we get to them. So, first card is the 2 of Wands right side up. That card represents you. Next card is the 4 of Wands reversed. There's some conflict going on a little bit, isn't there? That is generally whatever obstacle is stopping you or getting in your way of accomplishing what it is that you're wanting to do. The distant past foundation is the Lovers reversed. That's usually anything over about 6 months ago. Current situation is about 3 months ago to about 3 months in the future. That is a Novice of Chalices, right side up. And there's definitely a theme. I'm seeing some repeats of cards that I've seen before with other readings, which is interesting to me that they are appearing and where they're appearing at. Next card is about 3 to 6 months in the future. It's near future. This is the 2 of Swords, right side up. Distant futures, usually about anything over about 6 months. This is the Novice of Wands reversed. And as I said, we'll flip 7, 8, 9, and 10 as we get to them. So looking at this particular spread, it's very apparent that what is forefront that you need to be paying attention to or that is on your mind is kind of your romantic situations. Definitely a once bitten, twice shy sort of deal. You have been hurt pretty bad in the past looking at it. But we'll get there in a second. So the 2 of Wands is a card that is representing you. You are on the move. That doesn't necessarily mean physical movement. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to go on some great big long journey. However, what it does mean is that there is movement going on in this particular aspect or facet of your life, which can be actually a really, really good thing when you stop to consider the other stuff. Looking at this, you really want that happy union. You really want somebody that your friends get along with, that your family members get along with. And honestly, that is right forefront. It is right here, right in front of you. And you want it so bad you can taste it. However, as I said, once bitten, twice shy. This hurt, and it hurt a lot. And it did a lot of trauma to you emotionally. That one really, it was like somebody came in and sucker punched you from the back. It was not a good place to be, and you're still kind of reeling from that. Here, this still hurts. Let me bring that forward so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, that very much still hurts. You're hopeful that you'll find somebody new, but you're also afraid of the unknown. Okay? And even I can read this almost like a storybook without even getting into the positioning of the cards and the timeline of when things are supposed to occur. Because this tells me, just looking at this, that while you really, really are hopeful and you really, really want that happiness and that relationship, you're afraid of the unknown because that hurt. However, that hope is starting to outweigh that hurt because everybody wants somebody to love. Everybody wants somebody to be with. And you are definitely wanting to move in that direction. It's also a good time for you to move in that direction because that guy that you are supposed to be with is hanging out. He is on the horizon. He is headed to you. I really feel like there is, and let me show you this card so you can see, reversed. Where you're currently at, that once bitten, twice shy sort of thing, he's not wanting to come in. Okay? But he's headed your direction. And I don't oftentimes get an astrological sign associated with somebody, especially somebody new coming in. But the one that I am hearing loudly, and I can feel it, this guy has Virgo somewhere in his chart. Whether it is he is a sun sign, or he is on the cusp of a Virgo, or he has lunar or rising, there's Virgo somewhere prevalent in his chart, and it is prevalent enough that that is a sign that is coming loud and clear. So we're going to look at your next cards. You're kind of comfortable with where you're at. You really are. You are kind of comfortable emotionally. Not completely there yet, not 100% healed, which is understandable, but you are kind of just hanging out and comfortable. Environments. This is, again, sorry, 9 of Wands. I'm looking at the card and didn't think about the fact that you couldn't see it too. That says movement. However, if you look at it, well, yes, they are in a situation where they're having to have their car towed. They're not traveling. They're not going where they need to go. If you pay attention to the actual card and look around the card, there are people there helping. They're not being noticed. They're not being seen. And that is exactly what is going on with you in this particular situation, is there are other elements at play, whether you want to call them guides, whether you want to call them angels, or even someone who has passed over close to you. There are things that are not seen by you. I don't even think you're really aware of them, that are manipulating things and moving them into a more positive spin for you. Okay? You have some help to get where you want to go. Looking at this next card, hopes and fears. You're afraid that you're going to get hurt again. You're afraid that somebody is going to take your power from you. And you are afraid that you won't find that relationship that you're looking for, because as hopeful as you are that there is someone out there that will be there and be the right person for you and whatnot, it's that. And I keep hearing it, once bitten, twice shy, once bitten, twice shy. I think you'll be okay. And that tells me that the person that you are looking for, the person that is headed your direction, is coming your direction either sometime this winter or early spring, if you allow them to. If you allow them to come in, they will. Okay. For them to get here, there are ties and whatnot that need to be broken. You need to be done, and you need to let things go. Just cut those ties and walk away, because the ultimate thing is that person that's trying to come in, that's new love, that's new beginnings, and you could be happy with that person. But you have to let them come in order for that to happen. Okay? So, with that being said, not really having much to go on for you, other than you were looking forward to a free reading. You've got some new beginnings headed your direction. You've just got to let them happen. Okay? If that didn't answer your question or it didn't really feel right, then I ask you to go ahead and reach out to me again. Just reach out to me with a very specific situation or a very specific question that you have in mind, so that way I can read that instead of just going with, okay, you'd like a free reading, this is what the cards are saying needs to come through. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up so that way I can get it posted for you. Love and light to you.